New transformations for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 Comments Edition. Oh yes, hello there everyone and welcome to the video. A few days ago, as of this upload, I put out a tweet saying what new forms would you want to see added for a possible Xenoverse 3. I might make this into a video, and here's that video. And these are some of the awoken skills that you guys replied with. Before getting into it, if you're not subscribed already, please do. Look at the graph, 50-50. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Unless it's subscriber percentages. Please subscribe. Okay, thank you. Here's the first one on the list. Starting out, we have Max Power. 100% Max Power buff form, whatever you want to call it. But I'd make this different depending on the race. Maybe you'll look at it the same way. Doesn't really matter. So for Earthlings, it should be the Master Roshi buff form. For Saiyans, I think it'd be really nice if they made it the Ultra Super Saiyan form. Or is it grade 4 or grade 5? I think it's grade 4, I'm not entirely sure, but it's the Ultra Super Saiyan form we see Trunks use against Cell just before Cell announces the Cell games or whatever it is. I'm not too sure what it could be for the Namekian race. You're more than welcome to put that in the comments. I'd love to read it. Oh yes. And for Frieza races, it should be, well, this is a pretty straightforward one. Final form, 100% max power. Frieza, like the bulky one we see when he uses it to try and power up against Goku at the end of the Frieza saga. And for Margins, it should be something similar to what we see. Well, is it Super Buu or Kid Buu after he absorbs? I think it's North Kai in the flashback we see of Shin when he talks about how Majin Buu defeated all the Kais. I just think that'll be a really nice thing. Instead of just giving everyone the exact same sort of buff transformation. Up next, we have the Big Getty Star. Bear with me. When I first saw this, I thought, you know what? That's actually a really interesting idea. Have a like on me. No, so the way that this should work, in my opinion, is definitely make this at least available for the Frieza race. Maybe if they also add bio androids, add it for bio androids as well, as in like a Cell race, or is it Genome for Dragon Ball Heroes? I still forget his name. But like a bio android race, as in for Cell, and have it work for, again, at least the Frieza race, but also sure, maybe why not as well, bio androids. Now, if this does get added, the way that I think this would work, it's not necessarily hell, maybe not, I would add it, I don't know. But the way that I think that this would work, if it's dimps, is they just make it so it's your base form, including equipment, accessories, and stuff like that, but just with a metallic color, like what Metal Cooler is. I wouldn't mind if they also made this available for every race and just made it like that. But it's like, I think that might be a bit at that point. And it's just giving the Frieza race, and again, bio androids, but for the purpose of this video, let's just say Frieza race, right? Gone off of Xenoverse 2 as of right now. It just gives the Frieza race a more, more selection for exclusive awoken skills. And now we have the first Saiyan exclusive awoken skill on this list, and that is False Super Saiyan. This is the transformation, I guess in quotations, or the form or power, whatever you want to call it, we see Goku briefly use in the Dragon Ball Z Lord Slug movie. As of right now, in Xenoverse 2, Super Saiyan 1, Super Vegeta 1, and Future Super Saiyan, which is Super Saiyan 1, all three of those only require 3 bars of ki to use. So I'd make this require, well, it would have to require less, right? But maybe it does less damage and stuff like that. So maybe 1 or even just 2 bars of ki. But I'd maybe make it so it works kind of similar to Kaioken, or at least Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and times 10. Bear with me here. Where maybe you've got infinite ki or something like that, but it drains your stamina at an insane rate and then forces you to go for a stamina reset, like how it did in Xenoverse 1 when you ran out of a transformation. It would automatically break your stamina guard and it would, then recharge. I do think that'll be quite good. It's kind of going back to how Super Saiyan worked for the original Dragon Ball Xenoverse game, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. Ooh. But I just think it'll be good as a sort of, not necessarily an alternative version, but maybe just to help you through the story, some quests, until you can get a better, stronger, and just a more reliable transformation in general. The fourth transformation that you guys would like to see in a possible Xenoverse 3 is a God of Destruction candidate transformation, or sort of like God of Destruction in training. It's what we see Toppo use in the Tournament of Power from Dragon Ball Super. Yes, please. Again, this is one that should be available for all races and stuff like that. Don't make it exclusive to any one race. In before they add a Toppo race and it's their exclusive form. I say that as a joke, but I would not be surprised at all if that actually does end up happening. But no, make this available for every race, and I'll have it so once you are in the transformation, maybe have it work similar to Pure Progress. Oh, don't worry, we'll get to Pure Progress later on in this video. Maybe make it so once you're in this form, you can't be knocked out of it unless maybe you're hit with something like Remote Serious Bomb or something to counter it. But I mean, like, if it's a team match and you get knocked out and then you get revived by a teammate or Senzu or Super Soul or anything like that, I'd have it so you are still in that transformation. But again, because of that and the permanent damage increase, have it so it takes maybe just a little bit longer than something like Super Saiyan or even Super Saiyan Blue Evolution to actually use in the transformation animation. Weapons! Yes, weapons. Technically already in the game right now, the Power Pole Pro for Earthlings, and again, it's not really an Awoken skill, it's a pseudo Awoken, well, it's an ultimate, right? Sword of Hope, the latter of which is available for any CAC original character, avatar, custom character, we're going to call them, to use again as of right now. Yeah, I'd make it so the Power Pole Pro is also available to every race, and maybe if there's a sort of, you know, good or bad system, like you can do, you know, during the time patrol or the time breakers or help food or something like that, have it so if you're like on a bad team, the bad guys, it's the Dark Nimbus from Dragon Ball where KO goes into like Corrin's place and gets it or something like that. That's a side note. Have things, as I've said before, and I'm glad that a lot of people agree with this, have things like the Z Sword. Like the Z Sword, of course, why not? Maybe Future Trunks' sword, maybe just, you know, the Power Pole in general and stuff like that. This is, to me, a no-brainer. Surprised it's already not in the game right now. Or at the very least, there should be, like what Jump Force did post the launch, have it so you can select a weapon or even just a sword-based moveset right off the bat.
All right, so Burcol sent me like a massive list of skills, and about 3 of them stood out to me, so I'm going to focus on the 3 being Legendary Super Saiyan / Full Power Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan 4 skill, as well as a Super Saiyan Rose skill. I just feel like those are the coolest in my opinion and some of my personal favorites. So for Legendary Super Saiyan, I would say that you would unlock this most likely by, you know, a Broly mentor. He's already a mentor in the game. I don't know if they would do a future like full power, you know, DBS Broly, but they could also do that as well. Obviously, this would give you green hair, hopefully a bulkier mass for your character. I would like it to actually lose the pupil, so just have like whited out eyes. That would be freaking sick, dude. Full power Broly aura, obviously. I think I like the full power one more than the legendary one, just because it's like a darker sort of like forest green color. But for stats, I would say that this would take about 5 key bars. It would definitely slow down your character because, you know, the bulkier you are, you know, just Broly, he's a slow guy, so I think it would make sense. We would also get Ki Blast as well as Blast Attack increase. Obviously, your physical melee moves will probably be increased, but very, very slightly. I think more blast damage, and similar to like Golden Frieza's move or, you know, his transformation or whatever, you get like, you know, a Ki Blast damage increase as well. And for strike and blast damage taken, you would definitely get that decrease and everything. So obviously he would be, you know, super bulky and buff, so he wouldn't really take as much damage or, you know, for your character. So for the ki drain, I think it wouldn't drain as much ki. Maybe it'd be more similar to like Super Saiyan 3 or like Super Vegeta 2, where it's just, you know, nothing really too major there. But moving on for Super Saiyan 4, this one right here was a little bit weird because I was like, okay, if they would add like maybe a Super Saiyan 4 Goku mentor, because that's not really a thing, or maybe have like GT Goku as a mentor, or even Pan. Why not Pan? Because, you know, Pan actually helped Goku unlock his Super Saiyan 4, kind of. But I don't know. Y'all would choose that a little bit better. But yeah, I think just GT Goku would probably be the best. Obviously, this would give you fur. I mean, the costume that you would get, maybe just swap that costume out during the transformation. I think that'd be kind of funny, but obviously give you at least a moving tail. I don't think that would be too difficult. It's definitely possible to give you the moving, fully functional tail, give you black hair, so whatever hair color you previously had, it would turn black. It would still be the same style and everything. Give you yellow eyes, and obviously the Super Saiyan 4 aura. For the cost of the key bars, I would say about 5 key bars as well, just because these forms are like more high-end, you know, and more, you know, epic and stuff, so they would have to take at least the amount of Super Saiyan Blue key bars. You would get a speed increase, blast and strike increase. I would say maybe at about 15% instead of 20%, so just a little bit lower than Super Saiyan Blue. You know, it's debatable whether Super Saiyan Blue is stronger or not, but instead you would get damage taken by, you know, 90% instead, so it would be less damage taken, a lot less damage taken. You know, you would get a buff in terms of your defenses, and I would say that this would drain ki very slowly, maybe like 5 ki drain per second or something, like super low. You know, Super Saiyan 4, it is supposed to be one of those forms that is like more, not perfected, but something better to maintain. It's obviously a better form than, you know, Super Saiyan 3. So yeah, it would have to, you know, definitely not really drain as much ki, but it has to drain some ki just because it's got to be more on the level of like Super Saiyan Blue in that way. So I think Super Saiyan 4 would be solid. Now for Rose, I wanted to get a little bit creative with this one, and I actually asked some people in my community what they would like to see for it, and I would say that you either unlock it by obviously Goku Black, you know, being a mentor, or maybe Zamasu. That'd be kind of cool, just because Zamasu is in Goku Black's body. He's the one that, you know, that's his mind, okay? That's his mind in the body, so he knows how to awaken that form, and he was the one to awaken it. So I think that'd be kind of cool if, like, maybe you talk to Zamasu and then you learn it through that way, just because, you know, you have to talk to Whis to learn Super Saiyan Blue and stuff. But Goku Black Mentor would also work too. Obviously this would give you that, you know, nice luscious rose hair. I think that'd be freaking awesome. You know, the rose aura and everything. And for this one, I think it would be kind of like purification, where it like not completely, but like, you know, changes up your movesets and your supers and just the functioning of your abilities. So give you a Keyblade moveset. If anything, just throw on, you know, they could make a new moveset with the Keyblade, or just give you like Goku Black Rose's moveset, because the Keyblade is awesome. You know, that's one of the most prominent things from Goku Black Rose. So I think, you know, changing your moveset would be really cool. You know, changing, like, you know, the abilities of your supers and things, just kind of function more like the purification skill. And obviously it would probably have the same stats as Super Saiyan Blue. Maybe they could throw in something a little bit cool, and I think this would be a little bit broken, but, you know, I think this would make a lot of sense, is just the more damage you've taken from your opponent, so as your health decreases, your attack will slowly increase, like, the damage that you do. So I don't know, I think that'd be just a little bit too broken, but it would be a cool concept if they could balance it out. Exactly how they would do that, I don't know, man, but these are just some ideas. Again, you know, these aren't like set in stone things, but we would like to know, probably in the comment section, how you would change these skills and what you would do for them. So that is my take on the legendary Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 4, and the Super Saiyan Rose skill. Hopefully that was something that made a little bit more sense and could actually work, and maybe would get you hype for a potential new Xenoverse 3 game with new Awoken skills.
Pure progress. I think out of everything on this list, maybe with the exception of someone coming up later on, you can probably guess what it is, given I'm saying pure progress. Pure progress is one of, maybe even the most not likely, but I'm surprised this wasn't added not only into Xenoverse 2, but added like immediately after it was added for hit. It was it the first DLC? Literally DLC 1, DB Super Pack 1. Again, there's not really much to say about this. Add it to every character, you know, or any character, so Earthlings, Saiyans, the Mechans, list goes on, as well as any possible new characters. And yeah, just make it work the way it works right now, where it's a permanent transformation. And actually, I'm not entirely sure if Remote Series Bomb actually forces you out of it. If you guys know that, well, if it does or not, do let me know. That's actually, now I'm thinking about it, that's interesting. Yeah, how it's so you got both stages, and once you're in the transformation, or the pair up, we want to call it, you're in it for good. Add both stages, the first and second stage, 5 bars of key for each, and maybe if you really want to, just to make the other races have like a better chance for some of the things we're going to talk about later on, and already in this video, how it's all certain races maybe can use a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th stage of pure progress, or just keep going, why not? You didn't know what I mean. Absorption. Margin absorption. Oh yes, I've mentioned this several times in videos in the past. I've lost count, and I actually used to have a series called the Margin Absorption series in Xenoverse 2, where I would go and not absorb them, because you can't as right now in Xenoverse 2, but use an attack, was it Il Bomber, which kind of looks like I'm absorbing them, and for defeating them with that attack, I can then get their equipment, their clothing, the colour of their clothing, their attacks, Super Souls, QQ Bangs, and stuff like that. Have this as an actual awoken skill in a future Xenoverse game, please. How should this work? Ideally, it should be that there's, I don't know if I'll tell you there's like a cutscene, but something like Cookie Beam, but not naturally, don't turn them into a cookie, right? Just absorb them and knock them out, doing a tiny bit of damage, if any damage at all. Then you'd have your outfit maybe change to the colour of your opponent's outfit that you've just absorbed, and maybe you then mimic their moveset. So kind of like how body change works, but just with a different clothing or different outfit maybe. Again, that's something how I'd like it to work, but given it's Dims, and it's not necessarily throwing shade at Dims or Bandai or anything like that, but based off of what they've done for Xenoverse 1 and especially Xenoverse 2, as in no spiky Super Saiyan hair, as in turn golden, right? It's that I just don't think this will be something that ever gets added, but man, it will be fantastic if it did. Up next on the list, we have Evil Saiyan, or I think it's Evil Saiyan or Evil Legendary Saiyan, something like that. It's the form we see Turles and Cumber use in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. The way I think this would work, again, Saiyan exclusive. Once you use it, you'll get a different aura, like the Evil Saiyan aura, or whatever it's called. You'll have an even like bigger body, more muscular and stuff like that. And for the hair, I would say just give us like the Super Saiyan 3 hair as it is right now, or rather the Raditz hair, but have it the color that your hair is normally, right? So for example, you've made a character and I have, for example, green hair. How it's so they have a green hair for the transformation as well. I think it's been like a nice little feature. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say about this, to be honest. You can maybe, once you're in this form, have a very low chance every time you hit your opponent to maybe give them like the Venus mode debuff, either and or both, a speed debuff, or just poisoning them. You know, what is it? I forget the attack that the Venus mode characters use, where you shoot, is it 4 or 5 of those dark key blasts out? I forget it right now, but it'll come to me as I upload this video, I'm sure. Have it something like that, because that kind of is what happens in the Super Dragon Ball Heroes anime, but it makes Goku and Vegeta corrupted for moments or something like that. I think you get the general idea. And for the next Saiyan exclusive form, we have Super Saiyan Rage. I would not mind if, in addition to making this available for Saiyans, they also make it available for Earthlings. Just give Earthlings it. Don't explain it, just give it to Earthlings. It could maybe roleplay or headcanon your character to say that they are, you know, a Saiyan Earthling hybrid. Like what, for example, Future Trunks is. Oh, and for no reason at all, give this to Future Gohan, custom Future Gohan, whatever. I just think that would really work, and it'll be rather nice in my opinion, especially after playing DLC 3, the History of Trunks DLC for Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Yeah, very nice. This is kind of in the game, but not in the Awoken, I don't think. It's like Trunks uses it in DLC 4 against Zamasu, I think, or these is aura changes and he's actually on your team. Yeah, weird that this wasn't added, even if it's just for Trunks, even if it's just a different preset, or they just make on a certain preset of DBS Future Trunks, Super Saiyan 2 have the aura. Like, why Bandai or Dims? Why? It just seems like a gigantic missed opportunity for no reason at all, right? Maybe. And now we have Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Already in the game right now, much like with Pure Progress, I say I'm surprised they didn't add it when it was added in the game with Pure Progress in DLC 1 as a wild skill for our custom characters, but Super Saiyan Blue as an awoken skill wasn't added until DLC 6 Extra Pack 2. So you can understand it, and I don't know if I'd say add it or that it should have been added with Super Saiyan Blue, but surely by now it should be in the game, right? But if you just get added to Xenoverse 3, as I've said this part before, both for Goku and your custom characters, it should be Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10, and as you see Goku use in the Tournament of Power several times, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. That would be insanely powerful. Can you see why I've said now they should maybe add more stages to Pure Progress? Maybe Great Ape, either and or both normal Great Ape and Golden Great Ape. Why Golden Great Ape? Stay tuned. Now with this, it's self-explanatory, just add Great Ape for Saiyan characters, but much like with the max power form, I'd say add Great Ape, but maybe make that the sane version of a giant transformation. So that's that. For Saiyans, it'll be Great Ape. For Namekians, it's Turn Giant. Fantastic name. No, it's not even that. It's Become Giant. Great name. For Margins, it can be Gigantification. Same thing for Earthlings. And for the Freezer race, maybe have something that resembles Giant Metal Cooler from the... Is it this? Yeah, it's the second, right? The Metal Cooler movie, the second Cooler Dragon Ball Z movie. And if they add anything else in the future, like for example, Bio Androids, as we've spoke about so far in this video briefly, have it so maybe their giant form is something that resembles Cell X, originally from Dragon Ball Online and now in Dragon Ball Heroes. And finally, we have Super Saiyan God. I guarantee everyone knew that already. This is the most requested awoken skill to be added to Xenoverse 2 right now, out of, and I do mean this, out of everything. Surprisingly enough, at least from what I can see, Super Saiyan God is more requested than Ultra Instinct, which, yeah, no one, at least as of this upload, has mentioned on my tweet Ultra Instinct. At least, again, not as far as I can see. That may change at some point, who knows. But yeah, Super Saiyan God for Saiyans, naturally. But again, maybe have this as a sort of, categorize the transformations, so then have this as your God Key, or one of your God Key transformations for Saiyans. So then for your other races, you can then have like the equivalent, or like an equivalent God Key version of their transformations. Again, what could they be? I have no idea, if I'm going to be completely honest. We could have it just like a red aura and maybe theme it around that for the other races as well. Maybe for the Namekians, they have the Red Eye form from the, the Dragon Ball Online cinematic trailer, I think it was. Even though I don't think that was actually in the game there. Awoken skill in the game was giant. Yeah. But you get what I'm trying to say here. Like, again, Super Saiyan God, at least as of right now, is the most requested awoken skill as far as I can tell and see to be added to, well, not only Xenoverse 2, but to Xenoverse 3 as well. And that's the list. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.